Hello everyone, welcome to a World of Warship Blitz video, and today's video is something different and a bit special in a lot of ways. Well, a bit different anyway, because today is, well, we've played some Blitz Royale games, and today we decided this game, I played a few games that day, we decided we'd try a carrier. Now the plan was a cunning one, to get the planes out and to get them on some sort of combat air control patrol so that they weren't near the carrier. So they would be moving around, discovering stuff, not near the carrier, and then I'd be able to direct them in to attack the bad guys. However, I very quickly found out that it reached situation overload in the carrier very quickly indeed. Now what we're going for here is a concealment module, because I have this as a tier 6 carrier, the Ryujo. I have it tricked out for concealment, acceleration, and A8, of course, I think is its main. Oh no, it's turnaround time for the squadrons. So what I'm going to do here is fly some planes out and look for the bad guys, because really I don't want to discover them by accident. There are a couple of destroyers in the game, and obviously they worry me the most. The other thing about a carrier that is a bit of a concern is it doesn't have a lot of knockdown power. I've gotten to air-to-air combat with the enemy carriers planes. Why he's going after my planes is beyond me, because I would have thought that he would have been out there scouting and they would have had no interest in each other. Right, now here's where things start to get a little bit problematic, because we have a bad guy, which is, if I can find him, here is Pensacola. So I get a couple of bomber squadrons out on him, and we try and get some torpedoes out on him. Hopefully my carrier is turning, because if I'm heading the same direction, I am in deep trouble. It is. And what we try and do there is get it out of the turn. Now what would really help would be if there was some sort of top-down steering mechanism like there was in World of Warships PC. There's a Nuremberg gone, a Duca d'Aosta, which is pretty amazing to take out a Nuremberg. Whoops, we are definitely heading the wrong direction now. We've got a couple of hits on him. He knows we're out there. We've probably upset him. And he's got some company, which is not welcome for him, but also not particularly welcome for me either, because a carrier is a sort of inviting target, really. We get the bomber squadrons out there. I'm going to try and get the torpedo squadrons out there as well. I am having a bit of combat problem here. I'm not actually the best with the torpedo, and here we go, and hopefully that makes a difference. He's very close by. Oh, a couple of hits, that's not quite good enough, but maybe, so I've got my bombers recovering, and well, his guns are facing the wrong way. 5-second reload, this might do the trick. Let me just see if I can get some shots into him. Brilliant. Okay then. Which of course leaves me the problem with this battleship, because I haven't been able to keep my aircraft going in particularly the right direction. Let's get some bombers out there. Let's get some torpedoes. We're just going to get some points, because I don't think this is going to end well unless there was some competitive... where's my right, there we go. Let's see if my torpedo bombers can do any hits on him. 2 hits. So the other feature with with the Blitz Royale is that you can follow the other ships, and in a moment or two I'll realise that, and then we can actually watch how the other players take it and deal with it. So this is the other carrier. He's already in trouble. There's no coming back from that. I mean, basically, unless you can use your planes to somehow avoid your competition, which I didn't do very successfully because I was going for that concealment buff, then yes, you are in deep trouble, and the game normally ends in a fairly tight circle. So at this level of health that he's got, he's in a lot of trouble. He's not detected. Other ships are getting dealt with, but as soon as he's detected, and that incoming, the circle shrinking is going to drive him towards rather uncomfortable position. So he's done better than me from a survival point of view. But yeah. What we got here is we have a gallant. This looks like the gallant. This is a Nuremberg. And he seems to be the guy that seems to have dealt with the Dunkirk. And there goes the health thing dropped by my carrier. So that will probably get him back up to full points, which will actually give him quite an advantage. He does have some consumables in the form of precise aiming, which is hardly required for a Nuremberg. He also has sonar, which is beneficial, but I doubt that he would have had to use any of that at the moment. So he is in a pretty good position. This, on the other hand, is a... I'm jumping around a bit here. Here's the other carrier. He's managed to get a bit of health. He's got some repair kits. And this isn't the good luck. He's got some... Right, so basically he's using his fighters. The idea is that your plane should be out there keeping a space. He's using them as close attack. And his hull just doesn't have the capability to deal with that. He's driving past this Trento, and fortunately for him, he goes fast enough that the Trento isn't able to get his torpedoes off, but I doubt that that's going to provide much of a problem because it's definitely all in the Trento's favour. And, well, yeah, here comes our rather plucky gallant, who's not really... What he does there is he tries to take the shot, tries to get rid of the carrier while he's actually inside the circle. There we go, straight in for the heel, for the gallant, which is essentially what he definitely needs against this Trento, and he makes a beeline out of there. So let's go follow that gallant if we can. There's the gallant. He's fired a ton of torpedoes. Unfortunately for him, the wrong side of the island, but still, it opened up the distance and I suppose it's a smart move, because if he'd done it doing it around the side of the island that he did, meant that if the Trento came round to chase him, he would have been caught by that string of torpedoes. The other thing you'll notice is the gallant is launching 8 at a time, because they are coming off racks evenly by the looks of it. So it's 6 at a time or 8. I don't know how many torpedoes a gallant has. I think it might be 6, maybe 8. But they're all being launched as a set because they are being plucked off different ranks. And unless he gets a rack completely empty, that doesn't reload. Right, so he's heading out of there, trying to keep some distance. Here's the Nuremberg. He is on a runner, so he does have smoke. He may not. You did use it previously to try and avoid that Trento, but now he's just trying to use his speed. And yeah, a bit of active discouragement is always welcome. And I think that well, yes, that Nuremberg really didn't quite get the hint. And the gallant is making a beeline to get some health back. He's pretty agile and he's fast enough to be able to deal with that. Leaving them with a gallant. Oh, there we go. Yep, he's got the health. Oh dear. There goes the Trento. He dodges past the Trento. Has his torpedoes reloaded. The Trento's guns are all facing out the wrong direction. Yes, they have. He lets off an entire line of them. The Trento dodges the other direction, and the gallant uses that opportunity to get behind the island before he gets nailed badly by that Trento. who's missed with some of those shots. He keeps the angle wide. Let's go see what the Trento can see. So he's facing also up against this this Bayern here. So the Trento uses a fuel smoke for a bit of disengagement. The Bayern is, well, he's sort of the vulnerable one. In some respects he's quite lucky because he's got a lot of health. He's got pretty big guns. But in some respects he's unlucky because basically he is the big, slow moving target. There's the Gallant looking for his opportunity. Comes out. Dodges out. Quick as anything. Puffs some smoke. And let's have a look at these torpedoes come out. There we go. Nice big smashing hit against the Bayern, which have been very unwelcome from the Bayern's perspective, but it was critical from the Gallant's perspective because if it was just him and that Bayern on full health is going to cause him a lot of grief. So the Trento's back into it. So the Gallant goes around behind the island. The Bayern is trying to, well, work out the best way to deal with this pesky Gallant, which is a bit of a struggle, and dragging him out in front of the Trento is probably a good opportunity. The Trento, well, I'm not sure if I was that Trento, would I be going for that battleship? Because actually I probably would be, because if all I'm left is facing a destroyer, then that is probably a good move. This is a brilliant move by the Bayern. The Gallant has launched a ton of torpedoes, and the Bayern, probably more through sheer luck than anything else, has managed to block the Trento so that he took the brunt of them. That ended the Trento's, took all the Trento's health, which meant that the Bayern was then facing a Gallant with no torpedoes in an extremely tight and enclosed space. I'm not sure whether or not those final shots were AP, but whatever they were enough to take out the Gallant, and the Bayern wins the race. So the message from this is that a Bayern is definitely better than a carrier. A carrier, if you're a real carrier expert, then I would definitely like to see any replays of someone who has managed to successfully take a carrier through the Blitz, but that won't be me. Thanks for watching.